you come, you come the look. I beg the wrong go stay for bad.
Well, it's another Monday afternoon, and this is Monday Football. Good to be back on the motherland. It has been an interesting 2 weeks out in Tanzania for the Sekafa Club Championship. That one is over and done with. We are back in the country. Great show lined up for you today. We've got great guests with you. Today, we've picked out a team from Royal Media. Let's see how much they know of the football that we've been talking about and what we've been discussing. These are the faces of the different people that you hear on the 13 radio stations of Royal Media Services. But before that, we will be joined by a very important guest in our studio today. That is Mr. Gor Semelango. He is the chairman of Reunion. It's called Reunion Ajuang. Did you know that? That is one of the things that we'll be talking about. Plus, everything in front of me, all these jerseys are going today. Use the hashtag Monday Football and tell us why we need to give you this jersey. But before that, our question of the day is also answer using Monday Football, and some of those who will be talking about AFC Leopards will win these jerseys. And the question today we're asking you, given the recent turmoil and results of AFC Leopards, is Ingwe a dying team? That is the question of today, given the recent results and the happenings at AFC Leopards. Is that team dying? Use the hashtag Monday Football. And this afternoon, on our board, we are saluting our local teams. But that white jersey down there belongs to Azam FC, and we put it there because Alan Wanga recently joined Azam FC, and he lost his mother over this weekend. So tribute to Alan Wanga, Harambee Stars striker. Well, we move on. Bernardo.
Absolutely. Before we take a look at the guests that we have this afternoon, of course, Waiga Maura, what else do you have this afternoon?
Right. Also, we're going to be giving, at least I know for me, I'm giving away 2 jerseys. And one of them I'll give to someone who sends me an SMS. 22422 is our SMS line. Let us know why you think you're best deserving of an English Premier League jersey. But in addition, also let us know what you think about AFC Leopards. It's not a good time to be a supporter of that team. What are your thoughts on that as well? Let us know, and we will read through them and pick the best. But for now, I'm not alone in this corner. I've got an interesting group of people here. This is the Xbox corner, and the lady nodding her head is Amanda. She is the resident judge of this particular game. Today we have Patrick and Ali. Amanda, quickly tell us what's at stake.
I've actually played many times before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, and they haven't actually decided who is the better player. So I think today is the D-Day for us to see who will actually beat who and who is actually the FIFA champion among the two.
You've been watching their game. Anyone who you think is better of the two? Patrick on this side, of course, Ali on that side.
Can you imagine? It remains the same. He won the first game, he won the second game.
Wow.
And then the third game now, and I'm just waiting to see what will happen next.
Good. We'll be coming back to this corner in just a bit to see what's happening at the DJ corner. DJ Crossfade, our resident DJ, on those 1s and 2s. He's got a tiny little set. DJ Crossfade, take it away. Do not disappoint us.
Jamming to the blends that make an art out of DJing. This is DJ Crossfade.
Look at me. Tell me what do you see? Baba God they bless me. You suppose like what you see. Tell me why them get it. I feel like food I want job. Tell me why them get it. Tell us. So the like in the I go see.
Thank you so much, DJ Crossfade, of course, giving us some soundtrack there for the show. And as Michael Kinya just mentioned earlier on, we are honored this afternoon to have some of our colleagues from the Royal Media Services family, and these are members from the respective radio stations. A very interesting bunch of characters, a very interesting way of doing their thing, but you do know them for their voices. And I'll just let them introduce themselves, and we start with the gentleman on my extreme right. Quite the introduction there.
Oh my goodness. You can guess which radio station he comes from, can't you?
Introduce yourself.
This is Musale Murambi for Voka FM. Captain mwenyewe.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Captain.
Well done.
Naam, huyo ni beki wa kupanda na kushuka Geoffrey Mwamburi kutoka Radio Citizen Chemichemi ya ukweli.
Hapo sawa.
It seems to introduce himself dancing.
Na wale
Inuninge singe turatonye wanjari semedha kona mwana sport kwe moro mpeta coach amore. Ken Erickson Moreidi mwana sport we moro FM.
Face this side, sir. This here.
Now everybody has to dance. It's a tough day. Wale wanyuma wanaogopa si lazima mudance. Don't worry.
Karibu mrochesi machana kifike mbayo keshtere yanjiri na chipukizi Nelson Andate Mlembe FM Omoyo Kobaluya.
John Kianda.
I think the ones at the back don't have to come on. It's okay, John Kianda. We know you can't dance.
I can't dance.
We know you can't move as well.
It's all right. Left feet.
I'm better than Wahigan though. Be sure of that. I may be your king. Maybe one day you need to get down and dance. But John Kianda, Hot 96, home of the latest sports news.
Mimi naitwa Mkala wa Mwamboze, ni mwanaspoti mhariri wa michezo katika kituo cha Bahari FM ambacho kinasikilizwa na wapwani wote.
Mimi naitwa Charity Wanja from Muga FM, Kajoka Meru.
Lazima niongee kwa lugha ya Obama kwanza. Joinjo Wanyinga Milton Jaka Black anja lendo mar Nyakalondo mara Mogi toka uono ankanasema naitwa Milton Ochieng Jaka Black, mtangazaji wa Ramogi FM na mwanaspoti wa kituo hicho, na leo niko hapa Citizen. Asante sana. Sababu yangu ya kutoa dance ni kwamba sisi Wajaluo we don't do cat dance vile wanafanya. Kuna catwalk. Sisi tunafanya hippopotamus dance. For example, angalia Willis Raburu. Hippopotamus dance.
Asante sana. Majina ni Boniface Mwasia, nawakilisha Musie FM. Domi wa Mukamba utakiwite Musie kiine ediwa.
Thank you so much. Of course, Michael Kinyuenga Mora. I'm interested in knowing how the hippopotamus dance is conducted, but
Raburu can tell you.
Raburu, I think, is a maestro.
Oh, yes.
Wenga Mora, what do you have this afternoon?
Can you believe we've taken 10 minutes to do the introduction alone? That tells you we've got an amazing show lined up. Let's take a look at what you can expect also on Monday Football. And these are the highlights of the day. Well, we start with 6-figure results for Gor Mahia on their return from the Sakafa as they wallop KCB 6-1. Well, Sports Pesa take over the Kenyan Premier League, but don't reveal the size of the deal. They explain why during the course of the show. In other news, which world leader does your team's Premier League manager best resemble? We reveal those shortly. And finally, we have some funny pictures and funny videos over the weekend. You want to keep it here for that segment as well.
Absolutely. Gor Mahia FC made a resounding comeback into the Kenyan Premier League with a clinical 6-1 victory over KCB at the Nyayo National Stadium. Medi Kagere scored a brace as Kogalo raided KCB's vault, leaving the bunkers stunned.
Well, it's a caught on the run again. Trying to bring in Olusimbi once again. Olusimbi with the cross. Oh! Beautiful, beautiful finish against the team that's come back from Sakafa, and a good shot. A beautiful goal. Well, won't want to remember this game, but cross into the box. Goal. Well, KCB have hit back. Goal scored by Paul Mungai Kyongera, goal number 9. He's got pace, looking to beat 3 KCB defenders, and a cross, and a final finish. On the 30th minute, and he says yes. Something magical about to happen here. Plays it to the center. Beautiful goal. An opportunity. Gonna get a shot and goal. Oh, just the net. Oh my.
It's a plus for us, even though we have lost the game. We commend Gor Mahia because they are on form, and as we have seen it. So we are going to work on our weaknesses, and next time we hope we are going to improve.
Yeah, we're delighted with that. I think we've shown again our focus is there, continues to be there. I asked the players to really come back to Kenya with a bang, and they've done that today.
Indeed, congratulations Gor Mahia for giving us what I believe is the highest scoreline of the season so far.
Yes, 6-1 is the highest scoreline of the season.
Mike, yes.
I just have one question before you go into your story. And this question I want to throw it to John Kianda, seated there. Can somebody pass the mic to Kianda?
John Kianda is
Kianda
on
jameni.
Is on the
Kuna derby 23rd. Itachezwa?
Itachezwa mpaka half time. Because kama ni maneno inaendelea na ile niliona na Nakuru All Stars wakifanyia FC. Mashemeji watakubali kuaibishwa. I'm sure of that. Hawezi kubali.
So why half time?
Jamaa watakataa. Utapiga FC 3 first half. Alafu second half uzidi kuonyeshia outplay. Haiwezekani. That's my prediction. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just predicting such a thing might happen.
Yesterday.
So maybe Ujamba Mulembe itabidi ambie majamba tulieni in case mambo itokee.
Fundi wa mitambo atakanyaga waya studio.
Well, we're looking forward to that derby, and we hope it will go through till the full 90 minutes without any signs of tear gas. Now, in other matches that took place over the weekend, international players, or should I say foreign players, scored City Stars goals as they beat Mathare United 2-0. Gambian Ebrima Sane and Uganda's Jimmy Bagea scored both goals to end their 6-side match losing streak.
Mwaka on the run, playing it wide, around by Jimmy Bagea. Jimmy Bagea cuts in. Now support from Mwaka. Mwaka has played in the center. The shot! Oh! Easy goal there. Beautiful play by City Stars. Sane Ebrima with the 5th goal of the season. Wide to Nkata, the two Ugandans combining. Cut in the box in the center. Jimmy, can he get a shot? Oh, goal! Beautiful goal. It's Danston, down and buried.
Well, a lot of feedback coming in from Twitter. I'm checking Twitter. Wahiga will be on 22422. And I've got very interesting tweets coming in, Wahiga. The problem is, these guys are not using hashtag Monday Football. They are tweeting Mike Okinyi. So I'll just read them, but there's no jersey I'm giving out here because there's no hashtag Monday Football. This one says, Tony 2730046. You say, because I'm a Man U fan and Gor Mahia fan. We won. Arsenal lost, Blues held. Best weekend. So he needs a jersey because of that. No hashtag Monday Football, so no jersey for you. Sarah Nanjeho. She says, my boyfriend gave me money to buy one and I squandered it. Please cover me up. No hashtag Monday Football, Jisot. Bushy Signal says, hashtag Monday Football, it's there. I want to feel fully part of my team Chelsea by wearing the jersey. So, inbox, Chelsea imeenda, tayari, nimetoa hiyo. Tuendelee Wahiga.
Raise it in the air and you want to own imeenda.
Ndio hii, Chelsea, hiyo imeenda. I'll give it out huko. That one is gone. That one has gone to Bushy Signal. She calls herself Bushy Signal. At Bushy Signal 07. Chelsea jersey. Ni yako.
Good. Mike, I have an SMS. I know Ndong has our next story. Let me read one SMS real quick. Actually, 2 of them. One is Wahiga Mwaura. I think I deserve that Arsenal jersey as a consolation to our loss. Nilipoteza pesa mingi sana kwa SportPesa. Sisemi ngapi. No sooner had the Premier League started, alafu nimekosa pesa. That's Brian Wainaina. I like what you're saying, Brian. But I like another. This is a lady. She says, Wahiga, give me the jersey. When my husband goes to watch football with the boys, mimi nitabaki na jersey. Naona nimpe jersey hapo.
Jersey ya wapi?
Now she hasn't told me, so now you need to tell me because you need to give me your name, where you're texting us from, and which jersey you want from the 6 that the 5 that Mike has. Back to you, Ndong.
Now let's take a look at the highlights of the weekend. And Sofapaka was on the verge of 3 points, but had to settle for one as they were held by one goal to one goal by Ushuru FC in a match that was played at the Nyayo National Stadium.
G. Odipo, no flag. Cross coming in. Miami just waits for the header. Oh, beautiful goal. First goal for Sofapaka in the 25th minute. And Miami Mbakia gets his 2nd goal of the season. Arita kept his cool and equalized.
I don't know how that's not offside because...
Still Naftali. Now chances in front, but... well, it's a goal.
It is a goal. Bakie, but not very well defended, but he jumps up wonderfully well, and there is no man on him until too.
Well, the next story informs our sports poll question, where we're asking you, what do you think AFC needs to be looking around for? It's not been a good time for them right now, and the next story is one of the reasons why, because Nakuru All-Stars notched up their 2nd win of the season, beating AFC by 2 goals to 1 over the weekend at Afraha Stadium. Here are the highlights of that match.
Dirangu, long ball once again to Bebeto. No flag, and this time can Bebeto finish? Oh, beautiful goal! All Stars take the lead in the 15th minute of this game. Bebeto with his 4th goal of the season. Mangoli, the specialist, floats it in the box. The header. Oh, equalizer. Beautiful by AFC Leopards. And that one brings AFC Leopards back into the game. Shot at goal, blocked once again. A 2nd shot. Beautiful goal. Lucas Indesha beaten, and it's Patrick Oboya with the 2nd goal in the 70th minute.
We collected 3 points today. We are going away next weekend. We believe we'll collect the points in Chemelil. So we'll just keep on working hard from here.
Yeah, it was a tough match, a game of missed chances. It's very unlucky. We conceded the 2nd goal, and we go home as losers.
Of course, remember, continue sending in your feedback, sending in your tweets. We'll be scrolling them. We'll be reading them out as you send them regarding our sports poll question. this afternoon. Now let's take a look at highlights of this match. That was Tusker FC and Western Stima. That match ended 1-1 as the Brewers were forced to share the spoils in another match that was played at the Nyayo National Stadium.
The in-swinger coming in, goalkeeper. Oh, it's a goal! Well, against the run of play, Western Stima take the lead, and it's Bob Marksman there. And yes, imitating, saying that they're drinking Tusker.
Was headed back in play by Kiplagat, and what a way Baron Okech.
Make the play on the left flank. Can they get a shot in, but a straight to goalkeeper is built, and it's a goal! Equalizer by Tusker 4 minutes into the second half, and it's Emmanuel Ngama in front of goal, put it in.
Well, a harmless looking ball. Now Andika.
Yeah, we played very well in the first half, and second half is the rebound that put them in the game. Others had wrapped up this game.
I'm very happy. Two halves of different. I think we were more aggressive and more, in business in second half than in the first half.
Well, before we take a look at what's been happening in the Super 8 tournament, this are your table standings so far in the SportsPesa Premier League. Of course, Gor Mahia standing proud at the top with 49 points. There's an 8-point gap between them and Ulinzi Stars. And of course, they built that gap with their amazing 6-1 victory over KCB. Ulinzi Stars are the closest competitors or challengers to them, 41 points. With Sofapaka on 40 points. Thereafter, Tusker FC on 36. And AFC Leopards, despite their poor run in the last 3 or 4 matches or so, have still managed to keep it clear at 35th position. Let's see whether we'll get what's happening at the bottom of the table. At the very bottom, it's a tale of the Stars, but you don't expect to see the Stars at this point on the table. Nakuru All Stars with 13 points. Nevertheless, City Stars with 17 points. Good weekend for them. And of course, Chemelil Sugar, supposed to be sweet, but it's not so sweet, at 14th position. Bernard Ndong, back to you.
Thank you, of course, Waigo Mora. Now let's take a look at Super 8 tournament, and TUKFC, or rather known as TUK, and Kiambu Youth both qualified for the finals of the Super 8 tournament that will be staged on the 30th of this month. TUK qualified after beating Kawangware United 6-4 on penalties following a 2-2 draw in normal time. Kiambu advanced to the final in similar fashion, beating Masa FC 5-4 on penalties after a 2-2 draw in regular time. TUK FC and Kiambu Youth proceeded to the finals. Kawangware United FC and Masa will fight for third place, both on the 30th of this month.
Well, we'll be talking about the SportsPesa Premier League right now, and some Premier League clubs are actually paying their players unsustainable salaries. This was a big statement made by the Kenyan Premier League Limited's media liaison, Frank Okoth, in relation to the spate of fundraisings that have become commonplace now in Kenyan football. In fact, I remember this morning seeing that AFC Leopards have also announced that they'll be having a fundraising in the next couple of days. That's a big problem, and this is why KPL think that's a problem. Here's that story. It's a good time to be a part of the Kenyan Premier League fraternity with the announcement of a 4-year sponsorship deal by betting company SportPesa on Thursday morning. However, the sponsorship news was received with mixed reactions, bearing in mind the value of the sponsorship still remains a secret.
One of the conditions the sponsor had is that they wanted the amount not mentioned, not because of any reason, because of their business plan. They plan to go to East Africa, and they did not want to make Kenya be like a benchmark, so that when you go to negotiate with Tanzania or Uganda or Malawi or Rwanda, they tell you, okay, you gave Kenya this, or why can't you give us this?
I think what people should really be interested in is what KPL is going to do with the money, because we've had very good relationship with them, and we are hopeful there'll be a big transformation in the league.
The deal starts immediately, with Sport Pesa giving the league 27 million Kenya shillings to clear outstanding balances after Tuska's deal elapsed mid-season. Football analysts, however, have raised concerns that with a betting sponsor on board, rogue players and managers could try and fix matches so as to make money.
There's nothing wrong with a betting company sponsoring the league because the league knows, the players know their ethical standards. What is a player going to gain by fixing one match, and for you to win any money you have to get like 4 or 5 matches right? So will you fix a KPL match, you get it right? Will you go fix a match in Spain, a match in Italy, a match in Germany for all the 5 to be right? It's not practical.
Kenya's biggest clubs, Gor Mahia and AFC Leopards, continue to suffer financially, and even though the new deal could bring some respite next season, some cost-cutting measures may need to be implemented.
But I'll tell you what is making some of these clubs have no money is the high salaries. The high salaries makes it sometimes unsustainable. That's why those many clubs you're mentioning there, they are behind in salaries, because when it gets to the end of the month, you need like 3 million to do your payroll, and that money is not there.
SportPesa hope that by 2019, they will have introduced electronic scoreboards and more effective security measures, especially during the big derbies.
It rained goals this past weekend as the Nairobi Champions Cup competition got to the round of last 32 teams at the Nairobi Technical Institute grounds. High-scoring Thyla Bullets advanced to the next round in a 5-goal thriller that saw them take advantage of the muddy conditions to reduce Korogosho youth to mere spectators. Bullets, who had earlier beaten their neighbors Gashie Friends by a similar margin to book their place among the last 32, rallied from a goal down at the break to put 4 past the Korogosho goalkeeper. In another match, Dandora Youth advanced to the last 16, beating Kaka Kuona 1-0. Edwin Maoka's 5th minute header made all the difference in the match. Dandora Ohangla faced a suspension after they assaulted second referee in the abandoned match that saw them edged out by Dream Team 2-1. Then a brace from Eric Ochieng in the 11th and 80th minutes and a goal from Nixon Ochieng in the 73rd was all Kenya Poly needed to bundle out Huruma Cranes.
Well, that moment that we've been waiting for. Remember, we told you that anybody who declares interest in running for the top position of FKF and the elections that will be coming up later in the year, we shall be able to bring them in the studio and talk to them about football. Gor Semelango is our guest today, and one of the questions that everybody has been asking is, why is he getting into football now? I can tell you for free, he's the chairman of Reunion FC. You don't become a chairman by being into football in your first year of interest. So, Gor, karibu sana kwenye studio.
Thank you very
Please
much.
tell us, clarify, how long have you been involved with football?
You know, it can never be better than this, that you are the person asking me. In fact, the first time I appeared in media, actually, I was at Nairobi Technical School, and I was running a tournament.
Yes.
And I can see many years down the line. It looks like about 10 years ago.
It's actually 12 years.
12 years ago. And
Yes.
now you are, I can see you are now a renowned journalist and respected across the region now. It means that I started this football issue a very long time ago. The fact that I didn't want to run for any office to run football, I was supporting football. I would organize teams, buy for them football balls, buy for them kits, but I had no interest in running football. But I think the reason why, whoever I want to ask that, I would tell them a straight answer, that I want to sort out the soccer mess in this country. Yeah,
How deep is the mess in your view?
It's so deep. I mean, the people running soccer don't have the helicopter view of the problems facing soccer. So then it is deep, so deep. My worry is it doesn't become a national crisis. That it seems that Kenyans just look at it and say that's what they keep on doing, and we can do nothing about it. I think we can do something about it.
I can tell you for free because
Yes.
I've covered, how many elections have I done for Football Kenya? I've done like 5 elections.
Yes.
And I can tell you that it gets dirty.
Oh, yes.
It's very murky waters you're stepping into.
Oh, yes.
How prepared are you?
I will go all the way. when I get my head into something, I go all the way. I understand pretty well it's muddy, and I'm ready to go all the way. Because my resolve is to ensure, together we're working with a team called Stop Football Genocide, and most of them are former soccer players. And my resolve is, and together with them, is that we must sort out this mess once and for all.
You declared your candidature, and barely 2 weeks later, you had these guys on board. How long were the discussions, and what plan do you have? I mean, what are the do's that you have in terms of when you get into football management? These are the first things that you must tackle.
I think key among them is to look at the 4 pillars. Basically, one is to provide, you know, professional and visionary governance in soccer, which is lacking. Then number 2 is technical training, in terms of looking for professionals and training professional, both coaches and referees, and then consistent, and upward results or performance. Then the last one is to involve community, the controversial 50+1, that you have about 50% of ownership of club by the community, and the other can be owned by the rest. I'm picking from the best practice, and that is Germany. And you remember in 2000, Germany lost 3-0 to Spain. And when they went back, it became a national crisis. And they sat back and re-strategized. And 14 years later, they picked the World Cup. What we need to do, we need soccer academies across the country so that we are able to identify young people from the age of 8 through the soccer academies, train them, get them the best coaches we can get, and we can train. As you are aware, there's already a university, Kenyatta University has already introduced, you know, a soccer faculty.
Yes.
So we want to train our coaches, train referee, we get the best, train them, identify talent, and then nurture that talent, and let that football pay. Because that's another problem.
You've touched on academies, and from where I sit, I can count, if you drive from Royal Media here, and just cut across to Ngong Road, before you get to Junction, you'll have gone through like 10, 15 Vibao zinasema soccer academy. Bring your child here and pay X amount of money. How professional are these academies? Because when you say academies, there are so many in this country.
They're not professional. You know why? That's a plus for the country. It means many parents are willing to invest because many young people want to play soccer as early as age 7. The problem is people are taking advantage because the federation has not organized a professional academy. And it should be like we have 47 counties, so we need to cluster. We have clusters of these soccer academies. And I've met many members of parliament who are telling me they're willing to put in money. And you know, the government had just promised that they will build stadiums, they put a lot of money in football. What we are lacking is somebody who has that knowledge and the technical know-how and the capability to be able to coordinate all these things to happen at once, because we have already government goodwill. And they say they set up a national lottery and you know, somebody has already come up with one before the government does it. But it shows you the government has a commitment to put money in soccer. What we need is somebody who can coordinate that with the government and also the private sector. Somebody who is in private sector, who understands how private sector works and can be able to mobilize the resources to finance soccer. Because they want the numbers, but they're not going to put their money where people are corrupt. They're not, they're not people you can trust with money. So I think once we sort out that, you'll not see this problem of Harambes every time, and you know, players are not paid, the coaches have not been paid, the referees have not been paid. So once we sort out that mess, then everything will go as planned.
The burning question is, this election is not going to be, it's not, the delegates are not the people of Kenya that you sell your policies to. These are delegates, and it's a small number. And they're very notorious. I know for a fact that today they will sing Gor Semelango. Tomorrow Michael Kinyi comes and just arranges envelopes nicely. They're all in my camp. How do you sell your policies to these people and make them understand the football aspect of what you want to do and not the money aspects?
Okay, I think there are two issues. One is that there's already a petition to try and open up the election to clubs, because the clubs, you know, are important to vote in this process. They are key stakeholders in this process. But if the petition fails, we know there's going to be delegates who are going to choose the next president of FKF.
Yes.
And what we are doing as a team with Stop Genocide Group is to go around. We go around the country, meet the branches and sub-branches, and meet other key stakeholders. And we have no doubt in our mind that after the AGM, once they announce the election date, there's going to be another election to elect the delegates.
Yes.
Who will come to elect the national officials. But I'm also aware that there are several groupings of people. There are the referees grouping, there is the players,
yes.
There is the coaches, and we've been having discussion with them.
Okay.
Apparently everybody is tired with this. I can assure you we're going to change how this game is run.
Well, my final question to you would be, in case you do not make it, you're the chairman of Reunion. In case you don't make it, what are your plans for football in this country?
I would like you to ask me in the unlikely event that I don't make it.
Okay, in the unlikely event,
yes.
The 1% chance that you don't make it,
yes.
What are your plans for football?
My plans for football is still, it would be, because I'm chairman of Reunion. As you know, Reunion is the oldest club in Kenya, and I want to just revamp it, bring it back to, Premier League, and work with all other stakeholders to ensure that soccer pays. We identify talent, train it, and then let it pay. But I say it in the unlikely event.
In the unlikely event.
Because I've looked at the structures they have, the corruption they practice, they're doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And with my team, the Stop Football Genocide, we've decided whichever way they want to take it, we are ready for it. We'll go all the way. We'll go all the way.
No gaps.
No gaps. No gaps.
Full throttle.
Full throat. Yeah. I don't get into something unless they get the court to stop me.
Yes.
But if they allow me to run on this one, we're going to sort out the soccer mess.
Okay, Gorse Milango, thank you very much for joining us. Before I leave Gorse Milango, get out of our studios, I've got a lot of reactions on Twitter. And then let me just read a couple of them. Eugene Siva says, I would love that Chelsea jersey to celebrate my birthday today. Yosei Arapta, you say, nipe hiyo jersey Arsenal hata kama tulipigwa. And then Timon Oginga Ogaga says, munasoma tu tweet yangu kwa TV just for once. Maybe a winning jersey is a bit overambitious for now. Monday Football, this is Edward Monda. You say that that will be my first Arsenal jersey. I will walk proudly with the number 20 on my back. Wakaba says, walai nilivaa yangu ya Man U once, nikafua, ikaanuliwa. Do me a solid favor, bro, and give me that one. The jersey I'm giving out is to this guy that is very sober in what he says. Dennis Rajula, at Rajula Dennis says, at hashtag Monday Football, AFC Leopards still got it. They need good mobilization and good management. They got a good team. Man U jersey, please. Manchester United jersey goes to you. That is Dennis Rajula, at Rajula Dennis. Rajula_Dennis. Nimeambiwa nitoe hiyo jazi tayari isionekane hapo tena. Nimeenda nayo.
Yes. There's a conflict of interest.
Yes.
You asked the person who SMS'd to send the jersey they want.
Yes.
That text arrived 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
She also wants the Man U jersey.
Aya. Atachagua ingine.
Her name is Serila Liula, watching from Nyayo Embakasi. Give me the Man U jersey, thanks.
I am sure she will get another one.
Sir, Serila Liula, yo jina. Okay, now you see we have 4 jerseys left.
But mpatie Arsenal.
Unaweza chukua ya Arsenal ama ya Barcelona. Kuna ya Arsenal, Liverpool na Barcelona. Let us know which jersey you want. I also have another jersey to give, which we'll give after the break, Mike.
Okay. Indeed, welcome back to Monday Football. Let's take a look at headlines that made in the world of football internationally. And of course, this is Chelsea, who managed to bag a point, drawing 2-2 with Swansea in a high-scoring match. The defending English Premier League champions were reduced to 10 men after Thibaut Courtois fouled a player in the penalty area.
Nobody touches it, in off the far post. He's missed the far post by about a foot. key to them over the last couple of years. Here's Montero. Kamis, great save. Ayew, oh, wonderful stop. Ayew again, 1-1. Hazard. Willian. It's looped in. It may even be outside the box. I was going to say, the line decision is an important one, in or out of the box. Ish, who equalises for Swansea. Now then, champions, what have you got?
Well, one of the things I love about Monday Football, hashtag Monday Football, is the way we sometimes break the rules, and I want to do that now. There's a gentleman in our digital department who is supposed to be scrolling our tweets, and he's gone oddly quiet. I will not mention his name now until after. Let me keep him anonymous. Are they running? They are? Okay, maybe it's just me. Let's take a look at what happened with Manchester United. They began the new season on a winning note, beating Tottenham by 1-0 at Old Trafford. The deciding goal was, however, scored by a Spurs player when Kyle Walker poked into the wrong net.
Wayne Rooney had the time that he needed and gives Manchester United the lead against the run of play. It might be Kyle Walker that got the last touch, but it's United that have the breakthrough.
Who just pinched it before Rooney could get the strike away, and it's just gone past Vermin the goal. So it goes down as a Tottenham OG, but Bentaleb will be very upset with himself because...
A very interesting thing, Waihiga Mora and Michael Kinyi. We asked a question earlier on in the beginning of the show, and it's finding a response to the question. Most people are just asking about the jersey, And you know what? I think it's important that we give somebody a jersey, at least somebody who has responded to the question you're asking in regards to AFC Leopards. This is at Simon Kowech. You say Leopards clawing back to the top depends on how they respond to the current unconvincing results. Remember, we're asking you a question regarding AFC Leopards. You can also comment about the jerseys, but also respond to the question that we are asking you this afternoon. And still staying with the international football scene, Arsenal kicked off the new season on the wrong footing, and I can tell you for a fact, John Kianda and Mwasia from Musi FM are shaking their heads. They can't believe it. Of course, Arsenal are currently at the top from the bottom as far as the English Premier League standings are concerned. They lost by 2-0 to West Ham.
And West Ham snatch the lead at the Emirates. It's the claret and blue. Cresswell. Back by Zarate, 2! Near silence at the Emirates, stunned by Mauro Zarate. And the Cockney corner can't believe what it sees.
And before we take a look at an interesting story here, we are just comparing the Premier League managers vis-a-vis world leaders. Let's take a look at the results of the English Premier League, and Liverpool left it late to beat Stoke City by a goal as Philippe Coutinho struck home with a winning goal after 86 minutes. Was this the goal of the weekend? Probably.
Coutinho with an adroit turn. And a fierce shot! What a goal! What an utterly fabulous goal! Just as thoughts were turning to the possibility of a 0-0 draw.
No stopping it. It's an absolute stunner. When it didn't look likely to come, a complete and utter stunner.
Wow. And maybe Brendan Rodgers' luck's turning.
Well, Waiga, it's crazy that the feedback we are getting here is on different things as well. They're commenting about AFC
all
and stuff.
All over the place.
But there's one from Kisumu Social Forum. I hope this is the official Twitter account. And they say, at the 2 wristwatches, Okinyi, our football platform will resurrect in good time. Then they say that. 2 wristwatches, that's what they're talking about. This is my wristwatch. It's Calvin Klein. That one. This is Gear Fit, Samsung Gear Fit. When I go for training, this is what I use, all right? So on this side, I've got My Calvin Klein watch, that's the one. On this one, this is the gear fit for training. So Kisumu Social Forum, as my director says, ujalo itani ama suba, but ujalo is in It is all right. Yeah, so that is what it is. It's a gear fit, Samsung gear fit for training purposes. I know how many steps I take a day. I know my heart rate. I know how many steps I do every day. I know how many kilometers I've covered. Right now, I can tell you I've done how many kilometers today. Today I've been lazy. It's 2.5 kilometers and I need to do 6 at the end of the day. Now you know. I'm joined by the noisemakers in the studio and they normally are behind the cameras. Mimi nataka watu wa Mulembe na Muga kwanza waniambie. Mulembe na Vuka, not Muga, na Vuka. Jameni, ingue yanje.
Oking.
Kunaenda aje?
What's not going to make it more, eh?
Please tell
One
me.
thing. And I'm talking this as an ardent fan of FC Leopards.
Yes.
I put away my...
At least umetangaza msimamo. Wengine wanajificha kama Mwamburi.
At least I put away my pride.
Yes.
I swallow my pride and say, honestly, what is happening in FC Leopards is not totally different from what is happening in other KPL, or rather Super Sport Pesa teams. Eh?
Yes.
The problem FC is having currently is finances. Of course, Gor Mahia, they're having the same financial problems. And actually, the financial problem that is facing FC Leopards, it is the one that has contributed FC to be performing so poorly in. Juzi mwana bwana team ya relegation. Tunapigwagi na Nakuru All Stars mabao mbili for heaven's sake.
Ni team? It's a team in the SportsPesa Premier League.
AFC, a time has come. I think it needs to be narrowed down to the fans. Eh? We need to love our team with everything that we have. Totally, as like how Gor Mahia are doing. Eh? You know, fan wa Gor Mahia atachukua kagari kake KNZD ataeka ndani wase watano wataenda huko Kenyatta Stadium match ende watch game. FC fan ni mimi tu. Sometimes whether kakwamba ule game ya jana ya Gor. At least game ni mbaya, whether ni mbaya lakini wale wase wako huanzo. FC Leopards Masofa said fans, eh? We need to love our team with everything, our families and our friends.
I want him to respond because inamchoma sana. When ukiwa kwa studio, unatangaza game ya FC. What are the comments that are coming through? Are people who are listening to you happy with the happenings at FC Leopards? What are they suggesting?
They're not happy because the management. One, Msali has talked about finances. Yes, we can have finances. We can have even, the other time we collected 5.5 million. But go to the finance, to the management, ask them, where's the money? Nobody is accounting for the money. So the management should come down and say, these are the strategies that we are having when we collect this money. They are organizing Harambe. Yes.
This was the same story at the beginning of the season and 5 months ago.
Yes.
Management ni mbaya. Right now you've got a different management from the one that was there. Hata hii ni mbaya.
Ni mbaya because what is happening, to be frank, what is happening, when they choose a new management, that those ones who have been left out, now they start coming in as intruders. Now they start colluding with those who are in. So it becomes a problem to the new management. So they can't work.
So how will it be sorted? Because every new management, inaongezwa sumu ile management imetoka. So it becomes the same thing. Ya kwanza they're being poisoned, every new management is being poisoned. Is there a solution to it?
There's a solution.
Which is?
They need to get independent people. Independent who have not been in that management for some time. Because what they do, they select two people new, one people or one person old. So it becomes a problem.
So in an executive of 7,
yes,
there are 2 new, 5 ni wale wale.
5 ni wale wale.
So
yeah, we cannot help anything.
I want to hear from the lady in the house. Hii story ya FC tunaweza ongea mpaka kesho kutwa. Tuache na story ya FC. Charity.
Yes.
Your views on EPL this weekend. Kianda naumia seriously. Mnapiga Chelsea, mnakuja mnararuliwa na West Ham. Fimbo yao.
Fine. For Kianda and Mwasia. Hamieni Barcelona kama mimi. One word.
Hama to Barcelona.
Hama to Barcelona.
But which teams impressed you this weekend?
One, I don't like Arsenal. I was impressed by Crystal Palace. Chelsea, they also did something good. Yeah. Those are the only ones which impressed me. Although I'm not a great fan for EPL.
You're La Liga like me. Real Madrid all the way. But patia Mkala Mwamboze hiyo background because anakubaliana na historia ya Chelsea sana. Mkala, mimi hiyo Chelsea unakubaliana nayo haijani impress.
Uikubali vipi yani?
I am not impressed by what they did. Hiyo draw ilikuwa walimwe hiyo game.
Nadhani Mourinho alitumia muda mrefu sana kupigana vita na Roman Abramovich kuamua kama amwachilie Peter Cech aende Arsenal ama asiende. na hilo jambo nafikiri lilimuudhi. Haizi kusema wazi, lakini si ajabu huko ndani kwa ndani alimwambia sasa hao wengine wewe ndio ununua.
Ndio.
Mimi hiyo biashara usinihusishe. Sasa unaona iliyobaki sasa anasema anataka beki shoto. Na ukiangalia timu ni ile ile, ukiangalia kikosi cha Chelsea kilichocheza na Swansea juzi na kikosi cha Chelsea kilichocheza nao msimu uliopita, badiliko ni moja peke yake. Andre Schürrle peke yake ndio hakuepo. Kwa hivyo Willian akachukua nafasi yake. Sasa timu ni ile ile. Hata Michael Kinyi ukisafiri ukirudi kwako nyumbani lazima kuna kitu kimoja au viwili vinabadilishwa ndio upate motisha mpya.
Au sio?
Sasa unaona Chelsea hii motisha mpya haionekani. Maana kuna mtu wa maana ameondoka, Philippe Louis. Alafu hakuna mtu ameletwa angalau alete changamoto kwenye kiungo cha kati. Falcao kuna jina lingine anaitwa mtaani, kwa hivyo wamemuongeza katika timu, watajipanga na yeye, lakini aliingia na hakuna kitu cha maana aliwafanyia. Kwa hivyo Chelsea ni ile ile tu.
Mwasia, when Arsenal beat Chelsea, I remember you told me now our problems are done. Tunaongeza Karim Benzema, team imeiva. We are challenging for the title. West Ham kuliendaje?
Mambo ni mengi sana ukijaribu kuangalia kwenye hiyo game ya jana. Klabu ya Arsenal venye walicheza, okay, hata manager mwenyewe amekubali kwamba timu ilikuwa imejipanga kabisa kimambo na ulinzi na attack. So ukiangalia venye ilikuwa huyu beki tunaweza kusema Dibuchi Matthew ni msee ambaye ako na ile ujuzi ukijaribu kumwangalia, na tena vile vile kuna chipukizi mwingine hapo anatokelezea, huyo anaitwa Bellerin. Yes. I think ingekuwa ni vema zaidi kwa Arsenal kama jana wangeanzisha hiyo game kwa Bellerin badala ya Matthew Dibuchi, because ingechangia sana ile pace Bellerin anakuanga nayo kwa game. Jana ilikosekana kabisa ukiangalia kwamba Matthew Dibuchi anaingia 30 years.
Wanasema, I was reading many of the comments and they're saying that somebody called me. Wanasema that the biggest problem with Arsenal is over-reliance on particular players. Sanchez kama hayuko mumeumia.
Si vile, because wakati mwingine pre-season Arsenal it has been all the way without Alexis Sanchez because alikuwa anachezea nchi yake kwenye mashindano ya Copa America, na kwa hayo yote Arsenal walikuwa ana perform. So kwa wakati wake hata hiyo jana I think wakati alipoingizwa for the last 25 minutes hata I think hata yeye mwenyewe kiakili hakuwa amejiandaa, because hakuwa amejiandaa, na ukiangalia vile vile venye alikuwa anacheza kwenye hiyo game ya jana ni mtu hakuwa amejiandaa kabisa kwa hiyo game, because that
Yes, it's interesting what they're saying is that they're just saying that Arsenal they're not stand up on the day, but they're refusing to admit the fact that also West Ham was quite a very formidable team. There's a player called Reece Oxford. Reece Oxford made Ozzy look like a small kid, and Oxford is just 16 years.
He's 16. He's not even turned 17.
He's not yet turned 17 years. He's just 16 years and a few days, and he's the youngest player, and he made Ozzy look
some 16 years, some 275 days old.
Yes.
Yeah,
West Ham was a better team.
Well, I want to hear this from the Chelsea fans. Patio jamaa mwemwaro hii microphone kwanza. Inamuuma sana watu wanaongea story ya when Arsenal beat Chelsea. Kulikuwa mnajua time yao inafika ama they look like a team that inaweza perform hii season?
Si tumesema mara mingi sana Arsenal tumewazoea, tulikuwa tumeshikana na Jose Mourinho mara 14 wameweza kutupiga mara moja tu, na ile ni kikombe ya Community Shield. Uwezi kusema Community Shield.
Mkishinda Community Shield, wacha niseme, mkifungwa ni mabati.
Nilipigwa bao moja, nimeitikia nilipigwa bao moja. Lakini nikiangalia timu ya Chelsea tulijua tu ligi ni ligi, lakini Community Shield ni shield. Walifanya vyema wakatuchapa bao moja, lakini ukiangalia Peter Cech alienda na basi. Ukiona mechi yetu na Chelsea walienda wakadefend. Tukaona tena walirudi kwa West Ham kwa mechi yao, lakini mimi kwa Chelsea nasema tuko sawa.
Kwani hii basi ambaye mnaongea story yake, nani alifunza kina Cech hiyo story ya basi?
Alifunziwa kwetu.
Mbona mnateta? Wengine wakiweka basi.
Tunateta kwa sababu kitu ya kwanza nikikuja nitangaze kukuliko. Utasikiaje?
Utasikia poa.
Utasikia poa.
Talanta imefika. Utasikia poa. Talanta imefika. Mimi wacha nikwambie. Kina Wahiga kina Ndongs walikuja. Mimi nilisikia poa sana.
Unasikia poa?
Siku hizi nilikuwa nafanya sports Monday to Monday. Saa 3 niko hapa. Unaweza Mike amezidi. Sasa hivi najua hata nikikaa kando bado kuko sawa.
Karia na ushabiki naona hazishikani.
Sawa.
Naona kuna tofauti.
Nataka beki anisaidie hapa. Beki Mwamburi.
Naam.
history ya watu wa Chelsea. I didn't know they are bitter losers hivyo. Maana siku ile wanashinda, any kikombe is valuable. Siku ile wanashindwa ni mabati, ni kikombe ya chai, sijui ni nini.
Mike, kitu ambacho naweza kuzungumza ni kwamba niseme kwamba ni hisia mseto kwa sababu
Mike kidogo.
Wenyewe wanasema kwamba kila mambo ngoma vutia kwake. Kila timu nafikiria kwamba ikishinda taji watakuwa na jambo la kujivunia, lakini kama jinsi ambavyo mwenzangu alivyosema ni kwamba hawajafanya mabadiliko makubwa sana katika kikosi chao. Msimu jana kikosi ambacho kwamba tuliweza kushuhudia ni kikosi kile ambacho kinacheza katika msimu leo. Nafikiria kwamba sare katika ngo ya kwanza ama niseme kwamba katika mechi ya ufunguzi nafikiria kwamba haitakuwa ina athiri labda matokeo, lakini niseme kwamba Chelsea wana uwezo mkubwa sana kuweza kuhifadhi hilo taji msimu huu ukiangalia jinsi ambavyo kikosi chao kilivyo.
Asante sana. Nataka Jacob Laka nijibu swali moja kabla tutoke. Imekuwa Gor Mahia has been winning, it's becoming boring now. 49 points, 3 games in hand. Number 2 amecheza 3 games more, is on 41 points. Are they making this league boring now?
I don't think they are making the league boring. They are making it more interesting just because they having come from the Sekafa as runners-up, I believe they were winners. Having reached there after 3 decades, now I believe they are winners. Now, right now, Gor Mahia is continuing with this winning trend. I believe if they continue winning and make a history of finishing the league unbeaten, that will be a big achievement. So I don't think they're making the league
It's not about
boring.
winning the league anymore. It's about winning the league unbeaten.
Yes. Najua wanaendelea kushinda bila kushindwa. Kwa sababu hata walipokuwa Sekafa tulikuwa tunasema Gor Mahia, they are winning home and away, unbeaten. Lakini kwa sasa mi naona bado ni interesting sana na napenda kuenda uwanjani kutangaza mechi ya Gor kwa sababu wanaposhinda nikitangaza mabao Michael Kinyi unaweza cheka baada kwa sababu utamu wa kutangaza mpira ni kutangaza bao.
Ni bao.
Haswa kama for example, the goal that was scored by Agwanda, it was a powerful shot.
Roba, hebu tupatie bao ya Agwanda. Nataka jamaa tutangazie bao ya Agwanda hiyo. Anasema bao ya Agwanda, the third goal in that game Gor Mahia versus
I think it was the sixth
KCB.
Goal.
It's the last goal. Just go to the last goal that they scored. The Agwanda goal. I think there's a screen there. There's a screen there. Jacob Black, you can see one of them. Angeanza ashajichemsha tayari. Umesikia mwenyewe
anasema.
Opira
dinyi mekaya chande nyakasani Gor Mahia nigigonde abicha obiro mano ne Medi Kagere karakamano Medi Kagere ologol machielo mar abich makoro nyiso ni kendo Gor Mahia manyo mana gol mogi kanyo ero machielo no logi Halida Ucho opira biro kanyo golunga go opira no en Agwanda gol gimana wacho no ni Enoch Agwanda en jatugo mako mithuolo ochalo liech mayoro ochwado gol.
Yes,
I want to believe if Agwanda can be given more time of play,
yes,
he can be a very dangerous striker.
Only
that the coach has been giving him 20 minutes. Yeah,
yes.
20 minutes.
Mbona uwe goalkeeper? Si utab tu rahisi. Mbona upige ball? Ile ni ya kuua.
Si ni kuua nyoka bwana.
On that note, Waiga, I come back to you. Ameua nyoka.
We take a look at something interesting. You know, when you're a journalist in Africa, sports journalist, you're covering fundraisings, challenges like that. Now, journalists in Europe, I think they have a lot of time. Their teams have a lot of money, so they have time to do interesting things like this. This was done actually by an American paper, Washington Post. What if you match the behavior of a Premier League manager with a world leader? Who would be matched with who? The first one here, we've got Jose Mourinho, Chelsea, ranked with Russian President Vladimir Putin. And they say this because both are schemers, both are known to be ruthless, steeliness and cynic, and of course the press eats out of their hand because the press either loves them or hates them. You have your say. Do those two behave the same? You let us know. Let's take a look at the second group of pairings. We have, and this is an interesting one, Manuel Pellegrini from Manchester City has been paired with German Chancellor Angela Merkel. You may be asking why. First things first, they have been hated for their financial muscle. They are seen to have too much money, whether it's Germany or Manchester City. And secondly, they are not given enough credit for their successes. Let's move on to the next one. This one I found rather interesting. Do you believe that Arsene Wenger and POTUS, President of the United States Barack Obama, are said to have similar behavior? They both began with lots and lots of hope and promise, but unfortunately, that seems to have changed. Their supporters are now getting disappointed. And the question is, can they both finish on a high? Let's cross over to the next one. We are now pairing Manchester United's Louis van Gaal and Xi Jinping. And they have been ranked because they are both seen to be authoritarian. They are not interested in talking to journalists, so they won't give you an upsound. And of course, they like to install their people in key positions. That's why you've been seeing all the changes in Manchester United. This is the kind of behavior you can expect. And the last group of pairings, of course, there are many more. We might take a look at others later on. That's the Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari. He's been linked with Dick Advocaat from Sunderland. We don't have that picture. Both have been in the system for a long time, but they are said now that they are preparing themselves to be change makers, and they are both overseeing sleeping giants. Those are not my words or the words of Monday Football. Those are the words of a survey that was done by the Washington Post. Let me hand you over now to Bernard Ndong to take us through some funny clips.
Absolutely. Well, that was on a lighter note, and staying on a lighter note, let's take a look at some of the images, some of the videos, of course, that tickled our funny bone to some extent as far as the weekend's action is concerned. Basically, the biggest talking point was Arsenal's loss yesterday. You can see there somebody asking, hey guys, where's the bus? That is quick to check, of course. Michael Kinyuaiga.
Bus iko wapi?
The same bus that you are looking for imepotea.
This was the funniest Ndong that I think I saw this weekend. Arsenal fans, at the start of the match, they're remembering their community shield. But at the very end of it all, what I saw there is what I saw with John Kianda, who coincidentally, I was supposed to be on his show from 6 o'clock, Michael Kinney, but he never came to call me after those results.
Giza.
I don't know how he went home. I think he jumped the fence. I don't think he passed through our gate. Let's take a look at the next picture.
This one's buy a new player, finish fourth. We are going. It's like a cycle.
A cycle,
yeah. Cycle. It goes buy a new player. We are going to win the league. Wenger out. Finish fourth and repeat.
So we're on Wenger out now.
We're on Wenger out now.
Then buy somebody else.
Chesney there. Can you imagine what he did? You sold him or loaned him out, and now he's telling guys, look, 2-0 when I'm not in goal. Kula yo. Let's take I couldn't find other pictures. It was just Arsenal. I'm sorry.
Laughing at Peter Cech explains itself.
No explanation here. I don't think we need to say anything.
You wonder who he's referring to there.
That one is Peter Cech, no doubt.
Now, here's the funny thing, Mike. Fans actually came into the stadium ready, saying, thanks for the memories, and Wenger, it's time to say goodbye. So it's like they sensed. I don't know.
But it's for Petr Cech. It's not for Wenger.
It seems he had a sense of foreboding. He just pointed two fingers, meaning those are the 2 goals I'm going to let in today.
I think we have one last one. This was an interesting one because Arsenal players have been called people with six-packs who like to take selfies. And their latest signing, Petr Cech, looks like he's taking a selfie.
And the ball is gone.
And the ball is going in. So we need to talk about selfies later on. And let's see, do we have one more? I think we do. Arsenal fans be like, but we won the community shield. It's a tough time to be an Arsenal supporter. It really is.
Final one here. This says, this is Karim Benzema, because of course he was expected to be going to the Gunners. And this is an image that shows that Karim Benzema's plane turning back and it was heading to London.
And going back.
Going back.
That is too much fun in the studio. I still have 4 jerseys there, Waiga. I don't know what you're planning with this jersey. We needed that lady to pick out the jersey she wants. Then we know what to do.
Okay, let me check. I'll let you know by the end of the show what she said.
As you do that, we still got 3 jerseys to give away. There are 4, 2 are gone, 4 to go. We are going into, yes, Roba, kuna Liverpool. Who has, now listen, this is the things that I don't like with this talkback thing. Roba is already saying, give out everything, but kuna mtu ameniomba Liverpool usipeane.
Conversing already.
Ati my cousin is asking for the Liverpool jersey. Atume hapa kwa mtandao tutaona. Hiyo hakuna siku, it's not going anywhere, Roba. We're going into the quick fire now, and Roba tells me that this one is going for the only lady in the house. Charity, I've got 10,000 bob, by the way. I'll give out money. This is 10,000 bob.
Whoa.
It is 10,000 bob.
10,000.
Kuja usimame hapa tuone kama unapiga tu kelele hapa studio, man, you what do you know your football? Tunataka kuona saa hii.
Mike huu anapenda kucheka. Ndio utamsaidia aje?
Uko na homa?
Shuka chini.
Ni sawa tu. Kuja na hiyo homa yako hapa.
Makofi, tafadhali.
Uko na homa? Watakuchuzi nani akusaidie? Watakuchuzi nani akusaidie? Na usiseme Kianda, ashaangalia kando.
Mkala
Mwamboze. Iko taabu hapa. Haya. Alafu?
Tutagawana na yeye.
Mnagawana na yeye. Lakini mtakubaliana nani anajibu swali?
Tukiwa hapa.
Yes.
Sawa.
You are two of you there. Haya, Mkala Mwambozi. Usukani ni wako. The rules are simple, eh? Very simple rules. I've got a set of questions here. You only need to get 8 of them correct. 8 of the questions that I will ask you in 60 seconds. So time yenyu mjue time management is the best. Sijui kama mutaweka microphone katikati, sijui kama mutaangaliana mjue nani anajibu. It's up to you guys to decide. I'll let you decide on that one, but when you're ready, tell me we are ready and we start shooting the questions. All right? If you don't know the answer, mnasema pass. Mtakubaliana. So bidii yenyu ndio itafanya nini? Itawaokoa. I am waiting for you guys to tell me you're ready. Mko ready? Haya. Amesema ni kamue, Robert, they've said kamua. The rest of you munyamaze. Hii pesa mkiongea inarudisha kwa mfuko. 10,000 bob this week on quick fire. Hold the microphone. You know, Robert, they cannot hold the microphone properly because they are sharing that microphone. Wanajua vile watajipanga. Ni kama kwaya. So wataangaliana wajue nani anajibu nani hajibu. All right?
Jezi ya Liverpool. Hii ni mambo ingine.
Hii ni mambo ingine.
Hii mambo ya Liverpool jezi asemane na wewe baadaye.
Asumbuane na mimi na Liverpool baadaye. Roba umeambiwa Liverpool usumbuane na mimi baadaye. Right now I am on these two end the questions. I'm ready when you are, Roba. Haya, 2 seconds nimeambiwa ni ngoja. Na hizo maswali leo jameni si ni mboga.
Mike, in the meantime, unaweza pata ya Barcelona.
Umekuja kuconverse hapa hata wewe? No. Hii ni ya fans. Okay, your questions starting now. Who is the new KPL sponsor?
SportsPesa.
Which 2 teams played in EPL season opener?
Man U Tottenham. Man U Tottenham.
What was the full-time score in that game?
1-0.
Who won in Nakuru All-Stars versus AFC Leopards?
Nakuru All-Stars.
Which team is currently top of the EPL?
Leicester City.
We go. Who was shown a red card in Chelsea versus Swansea?
Thibaut Courtois.
Who is the assistant coach for FC Leopards?
Chipo Yusuf.
How old is David De Gea?
Pass.
When is the next Mashemeji Derby?
23rd of August.
Which EPL team is at the bottom of the league?
Arsenal.
Hey, they wanajibu wote hiyo. How many goals did Michael Olunga score yesterday?
1.
Which EPL game will be played today?
Man City West Brom.
Time out. Actually, that one question we were saying they didn't get, they actually got it. Michael Olunga scored 1 goal yesterday.
So they are
1 goal, not 2 goals.
Wow.
Ipesa mnagawanaje kwanza?
10 correct, 10 correct.
Patia microphone. Eti mnagawana vipi? Ngoja. Tulieni. Ati mesema hii pesa mnafanyaje? Ilikuwa ya charity kwanza. So, charity. So ulisema unataka kwenda salon?
Sasa tutafanya hivi na Mkala. Tunakula 5k au wengine tunawagawanya wengine.
This is just inaitwa crafting. They take 5,000 bob, then the rest awagawane so tatu.
Unajua kusimama hapa pana joto lake hapa.
Yes.
Hapa pana joto lake hapa.
Pana joto lake hapo? So lazima mtume uwe.
Kitu gani kinakuja? Hii ni sawa na zamani Kosovo.
Well,
mabomu yanaanguka na risasi zinakuja.
I have got nothing more to say. Charity, here is your money.
Congratulations.
Wahiga.
Yes.
What do we have?
We are winding up with at the Xbox corner. Amanda, quickly take us through the highlights of what I'm sure has been a very exciting set of matches.
It has been. So, Patrick here has been playing with, what team were you playing with before?
Dortmund.
Dortmund. And then you changed and played now with Bayern, yes? And overall, he has won. At first, they began equally.
Yes.
But then towards the end of the game, he scored like 2 goals after the 85th minute. And then from there, it was fire all through and he won.
Wow.
So overall, he is the winner. And on another note,
tell me.
I'm going to snitch.
Okay.
I want us to take a moment of silence for Wahiga because over the break, he came here and attempted to play.
Attempted is the key word.
Versus this champion, and he was killed 3-0, nothing. Like I had to take the pad away from him.
That's a halftime break.
You have no proof.
Imagine.
Where's your proof?
We saw it.
Take me to
We
court.
saw it.
You have
It's
no
our
proof.
word. Our word against his.
Wahiga, you know that the game has history. 3-0. It has history.
No, you know, the media, don't believe everything you hear.
And on that note,
don't believe everything you hear.
On that note, I think that having your behind kick that much and be free. So I think that I have come up with a solution of what we're going to do with these other jerseys. Because you guys are so stressed, and I'm here to solve your problems.
Yes.
I think that people should also text to 22422, yes?
Yes.
22422,
yes.
And also hashtag Monday Football, but regarding the PlayStation area, if they want a bigger chance to win something or one of the jerseys.
Absolutely.
Yes, so what do you think about that?
That sounds good.
Imepita.
Imepita.
Imepewa stick.
So Ali, thank you so much.
I'm still in a dilemma. There are 4 jerseys there.
Yes.
True.
4, yeah.
4.
No, 3.
3.
I'll give,
what jersey did she
pick? A Manchester
pick?
United fan would not mind who, between Bayern and Liverpool. Liverpool ni shida, not Bayern, Barcelona.
Okay,
so we'll give her the Barcelona jersey. So we've got 2 Arsenal jerseys and a Liverpool jersey.
Do you have feedback from her? Unajibu yake na labda ashakwambia.
Hajaniambia kitu, so mimi najaribu kumsaidia.
Wahiga. Are you sure? Unasikia vile Roba anasema, are you sure hakuna namba imetembea mahali hapo? Tutamaliza hii baadaye.
Alisema her husband, so mimi sina interest hapo.
There's one here. This is Sheila Njoroge. We should have said which jersey you want. She says,
yes.
Monday Football, I really need this for my mom. She's a die-hard Manchester United fan. It's very nice of her to try as she said she's Manchester United.
Yes.
It just shows that she's so selfless. Monday Football, Sheila Njoroge. This one, we have a Manchester United shirt. We have
Imenda.
No, there's one there.
No.
There's one there.
Ni huko tunapeana. Tunapeana hizo ziko mbele yako.
So Sheila, there's one we'll be giving to you. We'll get it for you. We'll get it for you. We'll get for you a Manchester United shirt because definitely I feel for her being very selfless. At least she says she does not want it for herself. She wants it for her mom. Wahiga, Okinyi.
Good. I had one last message here. If I can only find it, then I'd be better off. There was a gentleman who said that he lost his brother, and I certainly hope he's telling us, Wahiga, yeah, the truth. He says, Wahiga, I'm Calvin's Oliech, of course, Manu Damu. Wow, the Manu jersey is gone, but I'll just read this. The reason why I want the jerseys to keep reminding me about my brother. I love him very much. He was knocked down by a car tukitoka kuwatch game ya Manu na Arsenal. I was filled with joy because Manu had won 8-2. Little did I know that my joy will turn to misery. Rest in peace, brother. Manu till I die. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Seth the Truthful. This one is interesting. Seth Olwatch says, supporting Arsenal is like cutting onions. You always shed tears. Monday Football. Jersey. Mpatieni hiyo jersey ya Arsenal jameni. Seth, Truthful. Seth Olwatch. Ndio hiyo. Mtolee hiyo hapo.
Imeenda.
Arsenal hiyo mpatie.
Mike, can we break the rules? I think I should give Calvin's this
there we go.
the Manu one with
no,
your permission.
we are not breaking rules.
So until next week.
Until next week.
Calvin,
So Mike, Seth the Truthful?
Yes.
Arsenal jersey ndio hii hapa.
Ikienda imeenda. Now CrossFit. Watu wa radio hawa lazima tuone kama wanajua kuna ngoma gani mnataka? Ngoja, Charity ati ngoma gani?
Gani?
Alichezea moja kulingana na timu yangu Ulinzi Stars.
Gani hiyo?
Yote tu ya kisoja soja tu.
Sasa hujatusaidia.
Ulinzi Stars.
Hata
You guys decide what song you want.
Confusion.
Jameni, we need to get out of this studio.
Lingala.
Naomba weke Lingala moja. Ndio hiyo sasa, ndio hiyo.
Vous avez compris la réalité. Dieu n'a jamais été corrompu. Ezakoya.